We're back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and we have just reached the first part of this astonishing yet shocking turn of events. December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Karma? That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god!
Not a single case?
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth?
Something like that.
And now he's trying to get you guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on paper to help you out.
Not a chance. He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20.
That's pretty ruthless.
Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya, you could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach.
You couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry. I'll try my best.
I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. December 26, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would not stand here were I not completely prepared? Right. My apologies.
He's even got the judge scared.
Very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something?
How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident. No! Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Yeah, please, take a look at this map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were two men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard two pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. So we get the overhead map. Testify to the court about your arrest. No! Wait, Mr. Von Karma? Yes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Oh, wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. Yeah, moving on to the witness testimony. The arrest of Edgeworth. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Let's see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. No! Boy, he likes to step on some lines, don't he? Step on them feet. God damn. Anyway, here we're going to do the following. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to press on 5. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. So we get a pistol bullet in evidence. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Hold it! Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Alright, sorry, Your Honor. And his revised testimony says this. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Well, actually, you know what? Let's press that. Hold it! What about the pistol made a decisive evidence? Just. Ah! He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order! So Miss Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective! Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from the pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Hey, Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he's
Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! No, order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I say it's almost a safe yes. Honestly, I can declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing a 10-minute recess? No! But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man! Yes. Okay. This call will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Yeah, we all want to know, Phoenix. We all want to know. December 26th, 11:09 a.m. It only took me 11 minutes. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Edgeworth, what's going on? The fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes. 'Twas me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. How am I going to convince anyone of that? St. Maya?
Huh? Well, what?
Any progress with Mia?
Oh. Sorry, it's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right?
No, I need you here. Of course not, I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help. It's the thought that counts, right?
It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about Charles or the fence. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits.
Oh, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out.
Really?
Whoa! Right! Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh! Sorry. Court's back, session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lauderhall take the stand? Lauderhall, you are a research student at a university.
That I am?
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand!
Yeah, I understand.
Very well. Your testament, please. So we go to the Hart's account.
It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't there a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove you from the court if I don't have order in my dream. So the witness testified she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There was no other boat on the lake, so the man on the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth! Order! 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 I will have order! Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I've very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Wait! Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
Cross-examination. No. We photograph proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. You have to. You may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder on those meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick, contempt?
Contempt of court, you know?
I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? You really think there was a contradiction with the facts of your testimony?
Actually,
I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing.
Well, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't know anything. Right, let's take him on.
Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. It's on.
what we're going to do is press the following.
We're going to press. And we're going to press our luck. Siren with 1. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day.
Huh? Yeah, well, yes.
Damn. I know you want to find contradictions, but really. I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue testimony. Press. Why were you camping there anyway?
I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research.
What research? This all sounds suspicious.
But you know what?
Let's keep pressing. Miss more specific about your research. The fuck?
What does the witness motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained.
Wait, no, I'm the one who says that.
Well then, say it already.
Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor.
We press that.
So, weren't you looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness.
I'm still asking, shit. Hold it! Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture, clear enough for you? Keep pressing. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Yeah, let's press on that. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. But let's keep pressing. How come you're so sure? How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake. Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Fuck!
Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course. Ah, great. Oh, that's fucked up, dude. That is real fucked up, man. Enough? I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. Seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But Your Honor!
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize you and penalize any further outposts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately.
Understood.
Nick! Last I smell is fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand.
The
something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta! Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big deal treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough! Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No!
Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong.
Wrong! What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth.
That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order! 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 You're in contempt of court! It's too late for wild claims! Judge, sustain my objection! I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court!
No, I am! If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me!
Very well. My fame. You will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck!
Maya!
She did it. She did it for the love of right. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. It's a very short one. That last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. So on that, we're going to present this lake photo here. And objection! Gotcha. Gotcha, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? I got that ass. Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Holt? What? Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course, I said I could see. I said I could, and I meant I could.
And please testify as to the circumstances of your sight.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony.
How Edgeworth was seen.
You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up the camera, I got back in the car. See, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good.
And the only thing we're going to press is number 3.
So you brought your binoculars with you?
Hold it! Binoculars?
Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers?
The camera is irrelevant to this case.
You can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to the case? You believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning.
But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about this camera?
Yeah, let's press.
I dare because I care.
This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear you. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower.
Hold it! Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited for stargazing.
Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Huh.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect.
Now, wait a minute!
Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was you. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please. In that case, let's present this picture here. Objection! You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie.
Says who?
Take a look at this photograph. This was taken on an automatic setting, was it not?
Yeah, that's right.
You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. But as this photograph clearly shows, the camera was pointed directly at the lake. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Well, I got some evidence for you. Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? It's this. Take that! Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Oh, the sighting at Gourd Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I got proof. I have it. Proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. Here's proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy the lake monster. Take that! The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here was taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it merged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had to set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad, are you? Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness's idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Lada's new testimony. And she has quite a bit to say. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time. Cross my heart and hope it fried. That's a lot to say. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The fuck, man? The witness testimony is unchanged from before.
Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defense right to cross-examine a witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first.
Very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there is no problem with this testimony, this time we will let the witness sleep. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Give me a second. Okay. And we are going to press on number 7. 2, 3, 1. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. She heard a bang, and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she wastes any time looking at a boat. What? What I do now? What you give me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. So what we're going to do is present the article here. Objection! Miss Hart, were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It's the only thing out there any normal person be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there now.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be murdered. I could be witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
Oh, she just wanted to be seen, dude. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who was shooting in this.
Right. That's why I took the photo and...
The fuck? Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? Fuck the what? What was she gonna say? She took the photo and... What? Wait a second. You went out of photographic she haven't had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality, might, but she'll let us see who to. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet the enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do? You know what? Show it. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photo. You enlarged this photograph, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defender, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. So we have a new enlarged photo of the lake. Of the lake photo.
Happy now, Mr. Wright?
There has to be something.
You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement.
And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose it means that the cross-examination
is over! Obviously!
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I started everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it's time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this! There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Object to the enlargement. Your Honor. There's something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright? You will show the court what you mean about this photo. You will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange. Okay, here goes nothing. Show the judge what's strange about this photo. What's strange about this photo? It's right here. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. And that left hand, and what that piece of evidence happens to be this, the pistol, which says here the murder weapon is a .22 caliber, fired 3 times, bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Take that! The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone is in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The victim? There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Oh. Order! Order! So you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I am so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound revealed the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. Meter? That's 3 feet! There is no way it could have been suicide. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course, I already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. So, we find that the autopsy report has been updated in the court record. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. Court's adjourned! December 26, 1:15 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew! That was a close one. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No, I've yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but What happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Edgeworth. Jerk. I requisition a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. So we get Lotta's disposition added to our evidence. And with that, a lot of things will be answered. But for now, day 1 is complete, and in the next part, which will be day 2, in the next part, well, the next part is just going to be as long as the first. So, while I'm looking through my notes, that will complete day 1 of the investigation and trial of Miles Edgeworth. So, on that note, I want to thank you for joining me tonight, and as for everything else, thank you so much for your constant support. For if you want to see more games like these, drop a note, a comment in my channel or on any of my videos. I'll make sure to look through them, and I will, of course, send you a reply back as always. But until next time, this is the Tenkaichi of gaming, who can't hardly ever talk. The Tenkaichi of gaming. And for the night, this has been, of course, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney for the Nintendo DS. So until the next time, in which day number 2, we shall go investigating and more trials. Until the very next time, the Tenkaichi has spoken, and I am out. See you around.